Hello, welcome to Bentley's Backwoods Bushcraft. This is Richard. Yes, I'm still wearing this blue thing. I don't know, it's a Wednesday, and I don't know, 4 o'clock in the morning. Can't sleep. Haven't went to bed yet. I tried laying down, didn't work. I got up, decided I'd make some videos. This is the third video that I've made so far tonight. So I made a video called, and I don't know what it's going to be called, but videos that I want to do, something that a list of videos that I got set up to, that I want to make. One of them was how authority, the government, whatever you want to say, how they make it illegal and impossible to survive without them. So that's what this video is going to be about. So I kind of made I got some notes here. I'm not going to delve too deeply into this, like, extensively. And I'm not going to deal too much with on the other hand, it's good to have these laws because humans are pieces of shit. And if they're not controlled, they're going to go crazy and just terrorize and do all kinds of stupid shit. Well, maybe, yes, okay. But just because that's the excuse for having all the laws doesn't make them right. And I don't hide the fact that I don't give a shit about society's laws. I'm not a mean person. I try not to be a mean person. I hope I'm not a mean person. I hope I'm not the bad guy. But if I am, I am. I'm who I am, and that's just how it is. I don't care what society tells me I should do and shouldn't do. I don't care what so-called authority tells me is legal or illegal. I'm going to do what I'm going to do, and as long as I don't interfere or bother somebody else, everybody else just needs to leave me alone, plain and simple. That's my viewpoint of it. Now, I'm not saying that's how it works. I'm just saying that's my viewpoint. Now, the ability to survive without the need of the government or other authorities is extremely important to me personally. I don't want them in my lives. I don't even think they're necessary. Now, you can argue all kinds of stuff about how they are necessary and how you need them for this, you need them for that. And I'm not saying that getting rid of them would not cause issues in the beginning. I'm just saying that as a people, as a society, as a species, we are trained to need them and want them. Plain and simple. We're trained for that. Now, what happens when you loose a group of things that are trained to do one thing but are now in a different position? They're going to go crazy. I'm not going to deny that. It would be difficult for the first, at least the newest generation. It would be difficult for about a generation, but people would learn that they didn't need it in the first place, and there would be a balance that would be made. There would be, just natural. There would be a natural balance. Now, whether you would like that natural balance or not is completely objective, but there would be a balance that would be created. Now, I'm not saying, like I said, it would be difficult for about a generation or so because people just be crazy, but it could be done. Anyway, society, or those who control society, feel it necessary not to allow us to fend for ourselves in in a manner that some of us would prefer. We'll just put it that way. They want control, and the only way they can get control is to keep control over everything. Now, it's illegal for me to raise my own food. I live in a city, and I'm not allowed to have farm animals. Now, would I want a rooster crowing, at 4 o'clock in the morning from a neighbor? Hell no, I wouldn't want that. I live in an apartment. That wouldn't be cool. The way we live now, that wouldn't be cool. So I wouldn't have a rooster like that. Now, it's still against the law for me to raise my own food, period. No matter what the reasons are. It's against the law. So it's illegal for me to raise my own food. It's illegal for me to collect rainwater. It's against the law where I live to collect rainwater. Now, you can claim, oh, well, they're just trying to protect you from all the nasty this, that, and this, and the rain, and global warming. People that talk global warming just make me nauseous. Yes, the earth is changing, but it's natural. It's supposed to. We just have never been around. We just haven't been around long enough to see it go through those changes. It's done this many, many times before us, and it'll do it many, many times after us. It's not unnatural. What's happening, this global warming that people talk about, is a natural thing. We're just not old enough as a species to have gone through it and remember it, plain and simple. So anyway, can't collect our own rainwater. It's against the law. But then again, if you could collect your own rainwater, why would you need that public service, right? Because everyone could do it for free. We can't have that. Hunt, trap, or fish. Now, what they don't make just outright illegal, they require licensing, regulation, and they make it extremely difficult and limited for that particular process. Hunting, trapping, and fishing. I can hunt, I can trap, and I can fish, but I can only do it if I pay to do it. I have to give the government money and follow their rules. They make it a very limited amount of time, limited amount of number of times I can do it. They charge me X amount of money, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, if it's not completely illegal, then they try to make it as difficult as possible and steal as much money from you as possible for you to have the privilege of surviving without them. Gathering roadkill. It is against the law where I'm at to pick up roadkill. It's against the law. Period. So I'm not saying I want to eat roadkill, but if I had to, or if I chose to, we'll put it that way. If I had to or chose to do it, it's against the law. I don't know what they're going to do to you, but I'm sure they do whatever they possibly could just to be dicks. Let's see here. It's against the law to keep local fish or birds. Not allowed to mess with birds at all. Can't do it. Even if you want to hunt most birds, I think there's a crow season. There's a crow season. I think that's the only bird that we have as a season you can actually hunt. But then again, that's very limited, and there's limited numbers you can take. So if you were eating birds to survive, you can't do it. It's against the law. You can't keep local fish, and you can't keep birds. Hell, you can't even keep their feathers, according to law. You can't have their feathers. So the government makes it illegal to live without their assistance and their permission. We'll put it that way. I say, and there's plenty more things. But those are just the real quick ones that I just jotted down, and just wanted to make an example that we're not allowed to survive without the government's assistance and guidance. We'll say that, guidance. There's a huge difference between legal, illegal, and right and wrong. Big difference. And just me personally, being completely honest, I give a rat's ass about legal, illegal. Right and wrong is objective. I don't care what anybody says. Right and wrong is objective. It's taught to us through social norms, through religious brainwashing, and things of that nature. Again, I have my viewpoints on right and wrong, and I'm going to stick to my viewpoints on right and wrong, just like you're going to stick to yours, whether it's socially inbred in you or it's been pounded in your head through religion or whatever else. You have a right and wrong that you're taught, and I don't care what anybody says. There's no such thing as absolutely right and absolutely wrong. It's just not. There's no such thing as absolute in my viewpoint. But right and wrong and legal, illegal are two completely different things. Just because it's illegal doesn't make it wrong. Just because it's legal doesn't make it right.